Hi everyone. Today we are going to see how to create a series in Pandas. First of all, what exactly is a series? You can visualize a series as a one-dimensional array. This is similar to a column in a table. And there are multiple ways to create a series in Pandas. So we will just explore the 5 ways to create a series. First is we'll try to create an empty series. Next, with the help of Numpy array, how we are going to create an series. Then we are going to explore how to create a series with the help of Numpy array with an index by mentioning the index explicitly instead of assuming that the index starts as zero based. Okay, so we'll just get into it. And the fourth way is how we are going to create a series from a list. And the fifth is how we are going to create a series from a dictionary. And before stepping into the coding, we need to import the pandas data frame. So will be importing the pandas data frame as import pandas as pd. Similarly, as we are making use of numpy array in multiple ways, in two of our ways to create a series, we are importing numpy as np. Okay, so now I'll quickly jump into how to create a series. So first, we need to store it. So we are creating a variable my underscore series. So pd dot, there is something called series of. I'm just giving d type. I'm trying to give it as float 64 because now it is taking it as an object type. So when you're running it, it will give you a little bit of deprecation warning. That is the reason I'm just mentioning the data type as float 64. Otherwise, it will take the series as an object. Okay. So now we'll try to display it, the empty data series. So empty series. This is our empty series. So I stored it in my series. Let us run this. So empty series, this is the series. So this is an empty series of data type as float 64. So then the second way is how we are going to create a series using a numpy array. So first we need to create a numpy array. Let me give a variable as my array. So my array, so I'll be using np dot array of, I'll just try to give 5 numbers 1 2 3 4 5, and then my series of array, numpy array. We are trying to create the series from array. That's why I'm giving this pd dot series of. So from what array we are trying to create, so we'll pass it as an argument. This will be our first argument. The second argument will be we are declaring the data type as float, as I already said. If you are not mentioning this, this will take it as by default as a object type. But we are trying to pass some integer values. So we are declaring it as float 64. Okay. So now similarly we'll try to print it whether we have created a series with array or not, numpy array. And also make a note that this will be displayed in the form of a single column, and this series is a zero based series, which means the first element will be referred with a zero location. Second will be first location. When I run it, it will be more clear for you. So this is our empty series, and this is our series from numpy array. Let us give it as numpy array. I'm just running it. So series from numpy array. This is our series from numpy array, and my numpy array has 5 elements. So starting with the index as 0. This is the index 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. The fourth index contains the value as 5. As we mentioned it as float 64, this is giving you as a 1, 1.0, because we just gave it as a 1 point float 64. This got changed into integer, got changed into float. And then now assume that you want your series not to be on a zero based one, which means you want to give some index to it. How you are going to give it is the next way of creating a series. That's what is using NumPy array with index. So let us just take this. So NumPy array, this is our NumPy array. So what we are interested in? We are interested in index. So what index is? Let us not make it as a zero based. Let us make it as a one based. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So series from NumPy array with index starting from 1. Let us run this array with some index. Just to, I'm giving this name to make sure that you'll have a clear understanding what we are going through. So we are creating a my series from NumPy array with some explicitly mentioned indices instead of not zero based indices. This is a zero based indices. We didn't mention any index here. That is where the zeroth will hold the value of 1, 1 will hold the value of 2, 2 will hold value of 3, 3 will hold value of 4, 4, 4 will hold the value of 5. But if you want it, 1 should hold 1, 2 should hold 2, 3 should hold 3, 4 should hold 4, 5 should 5 hold 5. Then this is how we are going to mention it by just passing an argument index equal to. So we are trying to store it back in a variable. We are printing it or we are displaying it. Let us run it. So this is our empty series. This is a series from NumPy array. If you could observe, here is the difference. So this is not a zero based series any longer. This is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. It is not mandatory that we should give you one and all, 1 to 1, 2 to 2 and all. If you want some random value also, you can give. Let us index it with 10, 20, 30 or 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, or 11, 12 according to our interest, 13, 14, 15. So let us rerun it. I'm just jumping into that exact whatever we are interested. So at the 11th index, 1, 12th index, 2, 13th index, 3, 14th index, 4, 15th index is 5. So this is how we are creating a series from a NumPy array with index. Okay, whatever index we want, we can give it. Hope you got it. These are the three ways. And how you are going to create a series from a list. This is pretty simple that we need to give us, we need to create a list. So I'm just trying to store it in my list. So my list anyhow will consist same way. Let us not give the same values. Some random 20, 50, 70, 90, 20. 10, 50, 70, 90, 20 is my list. So how I'm going to create it? So I'm just trying to store it in my series. I'm trying to create the series from a list. So similarly, pd dot series, the argument we are trying to pass it is my underscore list. So just not to make much more complicated, we're just giving it as float 64. If you want, you can give float 9 int also. I'm just giving float 64 by default, and then we need to print display it. So what we are displaying? We are displaying a series from list. How we are creating this? Okay. So we try to store it in my underscore series underscore list. So let us run this. So series from a list. I'm just ignoring this. Hope we got it. So series from a list. So this is our list. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 50, 70, 20, 90 and 20. If you could observe, the series is a one dimensional array. As I said, our series is a one dimensional array. Similarly you can visualize it as a column in a table. And the next leftover way is how you are going to create a series from a dictionary. So for that, my underscore dict. I'm trying to give a dictionary. So let us give a name. Dictionary, anyhow, we have a clear understanding that dictionary is a key value pair. So A is your key. So you are associating it with 10. B is the key. We are associating with 40. And C is the key. We are associating with 100. How you are going to create a series? My series dict equal to pd dot series of my dict. Okay, let us run this by displaying first. So this is a series from dictionary. My underscore series underscore dict. Let us run this. Okay. So I'll quickly jump into the dictionary section itself. This is A10, B40 and C100. So this dictionary I passed it as an argument to pd.series. I displayed it. This is what series from a dictionary. A is 10, B is 40, C is 100. So these are all the 5 different ways to create a series in a pandas. So the first is empty series. Second is using Numpy array. Third is using Numpy array with an index. That index can be user defined or a programmer defined according to the problem statement which you are trying to solve. And fourth is from a list, and fifth is from a dictionary. So this is how we can create. For more programs, if you are interested, please do like, subscribe and share. Thank you.